With Honkai Star Rail version 3.4 wrapped up, I want to give my overall opinion of this patch. I'm going to list the things I liked and disliked in this patch. This patch was a huge update. In this patch, we finally got the long-awaited Fate State Night collab. We get the character rebalance for Kafka, Blades, Silverwolf, and Jingliu, new main story quests, new areas, and the long-awaited skip button. We got some new 4-star light cones that are unfortunately locked behind the paid battle pass. I'm going to give my opinion about a couple of topics that stood out to me personally. The first thing I want to go over is the main story quests. There are going to be spoilers, so if you want to skip this part, I'll put a timestamp for you to hop around. Overall, I thought the 3.4 MSQ was pretty enjoyable. We get a deeper dive of Finon's backstory. Throughout the whole Amphorius arc, we've been getting bits and pieces about Finon's lore. We knew that his village, Adis Elise, sorry if I'm mispronouncing that, was destroyed by the Black Tide, and we didn't know what led to it. When we found out, it was pretty brutal. The innocent, naive young Finon slayed his villagers, not knowing that the Black Tide had corrupted them and made them go insane. Upon finding out, it kind of just broke him because he killed everyone that he was originally trying to protect. The true identity of Flame Reaver, if it wasn't obvious enough already, was Finon. I like the conception of Flame Reaver. It was a plan devised by Cyrene and Finon to try to get the attention of another Aeon and to open another path for them that's not, destruction. Cyrene came up with a plan to kind of halt Aranova and prevent Iron Tomb from being born. Cyrene sacrificed herself to deceive the gods and kind of fake continue the flame chase journey. Finon travels back in time as Flame Reaver using Cyrene's ceremonial sword to prevent the core flames from becoming nourishment for the Black Tide. To prevent it from being nourishment for the Black Tide, he just absorbs the core flames, and this kind of causes Finon to slowly mentally break down and lose his humanity. I like seeing the snippets of Finon's memory, his attempts in numerous cycles, and seeing the toll it takes on him. Overall, things we learned from previous MSQs started to kind of connect, and I thought it was pretty well fleshed out. It took 2.5 mid MSQs, but the story is at an enjoyable state. We finally got the skip button, and honestly, I didn't think we were gonna get it. I think starting at version 3.2, they gave you an option to opt out of certain lore dumps. I thought it was a subtle way of Hoyoverse kind of compromising with its player base. Like, we'll give you the option for shorter dialogues, but we're not gonna give you a skip button. I'm glad I was wrong. I think I would enjoy Amphorius more if the skip button was introduced sooner, because I did not enjoy all the forced companion quests and whatnot. I'd probably prefer skipping those companion quests and in my own time, when I feel like it, maybe just look at a YouTube video of it. I've noticed the story presentation for MSQ 3.4 has gotten a little bit better. I don't recall seeing the infamous black screen, white text in the middle of the screen at all, really. A huge improvement from 3.0, where majority of the interactions are kind of gathering in a group or in a circle, just spamming the four poses. And I'm glad that they're adding more dynamic shots, and overall the story presentation felt less lazy. A small complaint I have is I wish they created a young Finon and Cyrene model when we dived into Finon's memory. We get a couple of pictures showing a younger Finon with a different outfit. However, in the overworld during Finon's memory, he's just in his base form. And I thought that was kind of immersion breaking, because we know that we're diving into his past, his memory, but he's still in his full adult form. And I didn't really, I don't know, it felt weird. Maybe that's just me. The sound design was good. I used a Japanese voiceover and I've always been satisfied with it. I really liked the BGM used during the Finon versus Nanook cutscene. It was fucking hype. The cutscenes in 3.4 was, I think, very well made. I'm looking forward to the next MSQ, and I'm excited to see what role March 7th will play. Moving on from the MSQ, we waited for more than a year for the Fate State Night collab, and I'm 90% disappointed. It did not live up to its hype, and does not look good for Hoyoverse's rap sheet of in-game collabs. The story was overwhelmingly bad. They had a whole year to cook, and all we got was slop. There are several reasons why I didn't like the collab. To me, the Holy Grail War was supposed to be an intense battle royale, but right from the start, that was all thrown out when it was announced that, the deaths aren't real, but the wish is. Knowing that, Trailblazer and friends agreed to team up anyways, which in my opinion kind of ruins the competition of the Holy Grail War. I wish they would put more effort into the production because the summoning cutscenes for the servants was pretty lackluster. Robin joining the war was a bit questionable. She joined the Holy Grail War and immediately decided she didn't want the wish anymore and just wanted everyone to stop fighting. Robin's servant was also some NPC that no one really knows and, in my opinion, really cares about. The parts with the silent film world were ass and really miserable to experience. It felt like Horrorverse was just cutting corners and didn't want to pay the VAs to voice act those scenes. Majority of the assets in the Fate State collabs were just reused assets, like they just take existing maps and objects and just reuse them. There were barely any originality. An example would be using Finon's village Adis Elise as Bryn. The ending was also unsatisfactory. I wish they gave us option to have multiple routes or endings, or just a choice to make decision like in the Fate Stay Night visual novels. Like if you really want to go for the true pacifist route, you can, or if you want to go like Scorch Earth, that's another option. I think that would have made the collab a lot better. And I didn't completely dislike the collab. I thought the part of an alternative universe where Trailblazer decided not to go with the Astral Express was a bit eye-opening. Pom Pom's servant being Mikhail and their reunion was really heartwarming. It's nice seeing Pom Pom having his closure moment there. I like the collaboration event. I thought it was fun. It had a nice structure and fun power-ups. My favorite set in the event are the Archer and the Rider. I think both of those sets can be used for pretty much almost all teams, so it's like kind of universal. I avoided the Berserker and Lancer set because their set effects and pieces don't really look too strong or really just appealing to me. Getting a free Archer from this collab was a huge W. Archer, according to Pridewin, is currently T0 in Memory Chaos and Apocalyptic Shadows. Getting a strong T0 character for free will just help out all accounts. I was lucky to pull Saber in 43 pulls, and I'm currently working on pulling her LC. I like the Honkai Star Rail version design, and a little bit disappointed that the Saber and Archer doesn't have English voiceovers. Seems like a weird decision to just not have English VAs for them. I was able to scrounge out 200 pulls to redeem the Archer Light Cone, but I was kind of cutting it very close. I had to go back to previous worlds and basically just go treasure hunting. I like the idea of the rebate, but I wish they extended the redemption period to whenever the collab banner goes away. So far, there's no announcement to when the collab banner ends. Another event that we had in 3.4 is the Origami Bird Clash. I've enjoyed this minigame on its first release, and I like the updated version even more. They added battle items that kinda comes in clutch, and it kinda makes the game have more depth and overall makes it more fun. My favorite battle items are the Reset Cube and Giga Arm. Being able to reset a shitty board is pretty game changing, and the ability to manipulate a cube's position or a fruit's position can easily put you at an advantageous spot. My favorite origami bird is probably Boot Bird. From my experience, Boot Bird feels pretty OP. I had situations where my board is just filled with rainbow fruits, and that kind of pretty much guarantees me the win. They also changed the way you do PvP damage in this current version. In the first iteration, it was your score minus your opponent's score, and whoever has remaining points will do that amount of damage to the other player. This can lead to someone's whole life point getting deleted in one round. This also means that it can prolong the game if the damage is low enough. The current iteration deals a fixed 50 damage each round. This changed the strategy of the game, which originally was trying to get big points and blow someone's HP up in one round, to just get enough points to win a round and use the remaining score to set up your board for your next round. I think I like the old scoring system more. Being able to just delete someone's HP in one round was pretty satisfying to me. Anyways, I don't really want to make this video longer than it needs to be. Overall, I thought the 3.4 patch was kind of mid, maybe like a 6 out of 10. The MSQ carried a lot. The Fate Stay Night collab was very disappointed. I probably would have rated even lower if it wasn't for the free archer and the event being fun. I also think the lack of events kind of brought the score down as well. I think there were only 2 events in this patch. What happened to HSR events? We used to have so many, but we've been in a drought for some time now. Maybe that's an idea for another video in the future. Let me know what you guys think about the 3.4 patch, and I'll see you in 3.5. Bye.